Alright, so this is the eapuzzle for the similar/classifying triangles test. Remember, the highest you can get on this is a 70, and that's only if you complete the entire video. So number 1, I ask you to classify the triangle by side. We have a scalene triangle, which is no sides congruent. We have an isosceles triangle, which means we have 2 sides congruent. And then finally, we have an equilateral, which means all 3 sides are congruent. When I look at the figure, I have one side with 1 tick mark, one side with 2 tick marks, and one side with 3 tick marks. That means that all the sides are different lengths, which means I have a scalene triangle. So number 2 is just like that. I want to look at the number of tick marks. I have one with 1, I have one side with 2, and one side with 3. Again, all 3 sides are different lengths, so that means that I have another scalene triangle. So when we classify by sides, we have 3 classifications. When we do it by angle, we have 4. The first one is acute, and that's when all the angles are less than 90 degrees. The next one we have is obtuse. That's when we have an angle greater than 90 degrees. We have a right triangle, which is when we have an angle that is equal to 90 degrees. And the last one we have is called an equiangular triangle. That's when all of the angles are equal, but they're all equal to 60 degrees. So technically it is acute, but it has a more specific name to it. So number 3, I want to classify by angle. I look at my 3 angles. I have 30, which is less than 90, 35, which is less than 90, but then I have 115, which is greater than 90. So that means by default, since there is one greater than 90, this is an obtuse triangle, and that's just by angle classification. So we're going to come into this number 4, classifying by angle as well. My first angle is 30, which is less than 90, so that's an acute. My second one is 60, which is less than 90 again, so it's acute. And my third one is 90 degrees equal to 90. So because there is one equal to 90, that means this is a right triangle. Number 5, we're going into ratios. So it says, in a bag there are 6 red marbles, 9 yellow marbles, and 3 green marbles. Write the reduced ratio of red marbles to the total number. So I'm going to write a ratio of red to total. So I first need to figure out how many red marbles there are, and it tells me there are 6. I now need to do my total, so I'm going to add all the marbles up. So I'm going to take the 6 red, add it to the 9 yellow, and finally to the 3 green. So I still have that 6 for red. 6 plus 9 gives me 15, plus 3 is 18, but I'm not done here. I asked you for the reduced ratio. I need to look at both of these numbers and see if there's anything I can divide them both by. I can divide both of them by 6. When I divide 6 by 6, I have 1. 2, when I divide 18 by 6, I have 3. So my reduced ratio of red to the total number of marbles is 1 to 3. Number 6 is one that a lot of people miss, and it's just for the reading. So it says the sum of 2 angles in a triangle equals 115. What is the measure of the third angle? You should know that when you take 3 angles, I'm going to call it A, B, and C of a triangle, they're always going to equal 180. What this is saying is that 2 of the angles, so I'm just going to say A and B, equal 115. Plus the third one, I don't know, which is what they want me to find. So right now I'm solving for C. In order to do that, I'm going to subtract 115 from both sides. So C is going to equal 65 degrees. That's all it's asking for. It's not asking you to find all 3. It just wants that third one. Now number 7 is just what we hit in number 6. Find the value of X. I have 3 angles. I have my first one, which is X, plus my second, 74, plus my third, 49. And like we talked about, the angles in a triangle all add up to 180. I need to combine my like terms and solve for X. So 74 plus 49 gives me 123. And it's still equal to 180. I want to solve for that X. So I'm going to subtract 123 from both sides. When I do 180 minus 123, that leaves me with 57. And that's what my third angle would be. And then finally, the last thing we covered in this unit was proportions. When you're solving proportions, you have to cross multiply. So I'm going to multiply 3 and 8. So 3 times 8 is equal to, and you cross multiply the others. So 4 times X. 3 times 8 gives me 24, and it's equal to 4 times x, which is just 4x. I need to solve this for x like usual, so I'm going to divide both sides by 4. So x is going to equal 6. Make sure you do answer the question that's just about to pop up in order to receive credit.